Streaming, and we're live.
Welcome to Ear Hustle TV. Ear Hustle TV is presented to you by Bad and Bougie Entertainment. I'm your host, Miss Nikki, the CEO. We have our other beautiful host, the lovely Dr. Kanisha Gaskin,
Hello,
and
hello.
our special guest is Eduardo Luna Lopez, a community
Activists,
Organizer,
helper,
organizer,
helper, servant
everything,
leader,
advocate,
advocate. Yes.
servant leader.
servant leader.
That's a good
Come
one
on
because
here, servant leader.
So, can you, before we get started, let everybody know how to reach you on all of your
okay,
social media platforms?
Yes.
cool. On my for Facebook, you can catch me Eduardo Luna Lopez, and on my Instagram, you can find me at I Want It All and Some. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So, what inspired I Want It All?
Hmm, it's a good question. Off the top,
Yes,
right?
off the top. Good
I,
question.
I feel like because when we accomplish something, I feel like it wasn't it. So I feel
Okay.
like it's always something extra. Like a bag of chips and some.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome.
and some
So you
side
would
dish.
say it's that purpose. You're purpose driven. So when you accomplish something, you say, okay, it's something else that I could be doing
Mm-hmm.
to serve the community.
That's facts. That's facts. And the thing is, and people will stop at I want it all. And
Mhm.
that's not where it's supposed to stop. It's supposed to stop at and some.
And some,
The little bit that you feel like didn't count. That's where it's at.
and some.
And some.
That's a shirt. That's
That's
you
true.
get your put and
That's true.
some. So why
Like
what
that.
does that and some mean, right?
Yeah.
And some. Hmm.
So, okay, well,
Yes,
we were just speaking about your shirt.
mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about what Theo is, because we were interested in this shirt.
Mm-hmm. Well, it stands for uncle. It's in Spanish it means Theo, and it's more into just. This shirt is my sister bought it for me, so thank you. I love her.
Shout
She's the
out,
best.
sis.
Yeah, and it's to me it's just I'm an uncle, and I have no kids, but do have a boatload of soccer kids that are mine, and I feel like that's
Yes.
where I'm focused at, and that's why I inspire myself to these type of things. That I know uncles are very important, dads are very important, moms are very important, So it's all around. It's all around table.
Okay, so you're all around guy. And then before we get started more with the interview, can you
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about the flyers?
GMG. Okay, so GMG small engine repairs is where I work at.
Mm-hmm.
You come and bring your small engine is that's gas related.
Hmm.
Um, we fix it all. We if we can't fix it, can't nobody fix it.
All right,
And
there
Okay,
goes
now
the and then some.
right.
Okay,
That's what's
so
up.
I
tell us a
like that
little
and
bit
then
about
some.
how you got started and what
Mhm.
inspired you to be a soccer coach. Is
Mhm.
that something that you did as a kid?
Mhm.
Did you play soccer as a
Mhm.
kid? What inspired you to want to do soccer?
Sad to say, I didn't play soccer at all. I never learned how to play soccer.
Oh,
You
wow.
never
Never.
play soccer.
No. I don't even
Wow.
like playing it when they asked me to play. When I did play, they asked me to play. But this is what I started watching soccer. I used to watch Mexico play,
Uh huh.
Uh-huh.
and that's since I was a kid. I stayed watching Mexico soccer team, and that's the number one team in the world right now. That's who's going to win the World Cup,
All
all that good
right.
stuff. And I'm saying it right now because we're gonna definitely do it. But that's where I feel like me personally, because right after high school, like I wanted to mention earlier, I became a t-ball coach,
Okay.
and my nephew, he was always one of the like fast ones running around, and parents be like, hey man, how old is he or what? He ain't for playing. He's too tall. He's too fast. I was like
Mm.
ah. And my nephew felt some kind of way, and then he said he didn't want to play t-ball no more.
Aw.
Exactly, right? So I told him, man, well, I can't right now. I'm coaching t-ball right now, but if you go find another sport, I got you. I'll take you. You know what I'm saying? Where we got to go. And to this day, I remember this because it's stuck to me. My nephew went back to school,
Mhm.
and he
Mm-hmm.
signed up with the YMCA soccer team.
Oh,
Aw.
okay.
Yes. So when he told me, "Hey Theo, I got a team. You say you're gonna take me. Let's go." I said, "All right, I got you." So after that, I started a soccer team because of him. I wanted to be able to
Aw.
follow his footsteps because he's the goat. He's the truth right now, and he just graduated. And shout out to my nephew, the goat, Omar Duran. You
Omar
know,
Shout out,
Duran. Shout
Omar.
out to
yeah,
Omar
it's going
Duran.
down, and I want to help all the kids that play soccer, not just my nephew, my niece, and my niece also, Maria. Hey, shout out to you too. 'Cause they're both the same age,
Mm.
and she plays soccer. She plays defense, and a lot of schools, you know what I'm saying, know who she is, just like him, and
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's very important to show up at our kids' events,
most definitely, most definitely.
and that's where it's at.
Most definitely. So, what did you do
Mhm.
as a kid? Where did you come from? Where did?
I, me personally, I like basketball. I love playing basketball. If anything, that's what
That's
kept me waking up, going to practice.
that's me.
My neighbor, my homeboy, said, shout out said. But me personally, it got to the point where it could be more, all of
Mm-hmm.
us and everybody. So my elementary school, which is Shado Elementary, there was a park right in front of it. A lot of things that kind of helped me motivate myself and trying to figure some things out with the community was
Mm-hmm.
a park that's in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
When we was in
Yeah.
elementary, we gave a penny a day to be able to get this park.
Oh.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
So our park was one of the first parks that, and this is Spark Park, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Spark Parks in these elementary schools. And the director was telling me, hey, if you got to identify some more that need some help, let's do it. But it gets hard.
Mm-hmm.
It gets
Of course.
so hard, and it's not easy. It might make it look easy, but it's not. And
So let me ask you,
Mhm.
what are some of the things that you believe you're instilling into these young
Mhm.
ladies and
Mhm.
men that's coming to you? Because it's hard to be an
Yeah,
advocate, especially when you don't get a lot of the help that you need to make it. You know, you're making it successful with what you have,
yeah, for sure.
but with more help, what are you
Mm.
instilling? What do you believe the sports is teaching them? Or
Mm. To sustain, be sustained, how to be sustained, how to show how to prepare themselves.
right,
That's their love. They do it because they
the
and they're
passion.
strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just like my nephew since he was a kid. If you could show me that that's how easy he could switch to the sport and dedicate himself to it, that's where it's at. And me
Mindset.
personally, exactly, and how that right there, it just shows what we could what we do is they're looking, they're watching us, and
Mm-hmm.
to this day, and it's gonna continue on till they have kids.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because Dr. Gaskin and I
Mhm.
were just holding a conversation earlier about when we were just talking about being discouraged when
Mm.
somebody say something and that might change the whole mindset of
That's
The
so
somebody and
true.
they
dynamics,
get
That
right.
is
just
so true.
you discourage them. So in a way, maybe it's a good thing that they did discourage your nephew
Hmm.
and
For
from
sure,
T-ball,
for
and
sure,
he got into soccer.
for sure.
We had another artist that came on last week,
Mhm.
Smurfzilla, and he's starting
Mm,
a program for mentoring the
right. Young
youth
kids.
men.
Good.
So we told him in about a month or so he can bring a couple of his the youth male youth on and see what they're learning, what they've
Hmm.
learned.
Mm-hmm.
And we would also like for you to bring some of your
The
soccer,
same.
bring
I
some of your
wanted to be my nephew. I wanted to be him so bad, and my niece, and my niece, she got a job now, so they're in that world. They're 17, 16. I remember having a job at that time,
Mhm.
working at McDonald's. You know what I'm
It'll
saying?
be
Right
other
after that,
opportunities.
it's
yeah.
always opportunities, and that's why I feel like I can help them. That I want to be able to create scholarships for kids that are
Absolutely.
asking for it and not looking for it. They're asking and they're doing that. The people are not helping. The school system's not helping. They're not
Most
putting it in their
definitely.
face. They have to put it in their face. You can't
Mm-hmm.
just because they're not coming to you or they're not asking you. That doesn't mean they don't need it.
And you brought up a great point. And I think CO, Miss Nikki, and I, we share this, that the kid, the individual
Hmm.
can want it all for themselves. But the other individual on the other side that believe that they're the only one that carries the opportunity cannot be so pleasant for that individual and can discourage them
That's true.
and try to deviate them from being successful.
That's true.
But I like that what you're doing is you're telling them, in spite of,
Hmm.
you still can be successful. You have someone that can believe, that believes in you.
Exactly.
And so do you see a lot of that from the children that you help, that
Hmm.
they may be a little discouraged from the school system,
A lot.
educational
I
system?
see it every day. So I like to ride bikes, and it gets to the point where I see some of my kids when I have a bike rack on my car, and I just be wanting to turn around that fast and just go give them the bike. But then again, you got a homeboy that has a lot of bikes to give away.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
your first thought was just turn around and giving them a bike because they're walking. So
Right.
things like
Yeah.
that is just the smallest things. It could be the
Mhm.
smallest thing. A bike, what, $100?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I know somebody who gives away he gives them away for free. but it's a chain reaction. It has
Yeah.
to be, it has to happen on the right time, and things like that. It shows. Me personally, I like to give the students, my soccer players, the opportunity to open what they feel a passion is even
Right.
to them.
Mhm.
Like I like taking pictures, and I had went to a Forestbrook Middle School, and they let me have a stage with all kids,
Mhm.
and that's what I want to open. I asked all individual kids, "Hey, what's one of your passions? Write it down." Boom. The next time I came, I brought all those things to them.
Oh,
What it
Oh.
okay.
was, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Some people, and this is weird, but it's not weird because it's this is where we at now. So some kids said he like wanted to be a DJ and he wanted to be a singer and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I brought a DJ and a singer. So that
Right.
stuff, that
So
Oh.
they
stuff,
can talk to and help
exactly.
them mentor. Yeah.
And that's what's all that matter right there. When them talking to him, when I see them talking to him, that's what counted. That's what's
Yeah.
gonna make them continue on doing what they're gonna do
Oh, that's
Yeah.
initiative. That's a
Yeah.
whole initiative
Mhm.
program.
for sure.
Yeah, and it's not weird because Dr. Gaskin and I we did something kind of similar. We both work in the prison system, so around Christmas for the inmates and for some of the officers that couldn't a little bit less fortunate, we would put like this list together for them to put on what they wanted for their kids, and the officers that were a little bit more fortunate, we got together and we got what we could for those lists.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
that's not weird. That's actually really really good. That's a blessing.
And you know, it's important because we sometimes get so busy in life
Mhm.
to where we take those little things for granted, to where we say, okay, we have, but it's
Mhm.
one child
Mm.
or a couple of children, if not many, that
Sure.
are sitting there wishing that they can have that. And when you provide them the opportunity, even if it's one gift that they open,
That's facts.
it's still something that can trigger them to say, okay, somebody
Exactly.
thought
Mhm.
about me.
Exactly.
And that's the
Mhm.
most important thing.
That's so true.
Hmm.
And one thing also that I've noticed in the school system, because I volunteer my time all the time at these schools, from elementary school, and especially the ones I attended.
Mhm.
And when I did that at the elementary school, I started a fifth grade soccer team. They loved it. Boom, 2 years. The third year, I went to the middle school,
Mhm.
and I started a sixth grade soccer team.
Oh wow.
And it was so cool. My niece and my was an eighth grade at the time, so I had the eighth graders, two of them, the captains, to be the coach for the sixth grade and seventh grade, because that's who was going to go against each other at the end of the
Mhm.
year. So I'm training them, and by the end of the year, we had the game. Uh, we lost, but it was 5-4.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It was like, oh my god!
Right.
So and then the kids, and the thing with that, what really triggered me after that, I saw the fifth graders coming to the school and saying, "Hey, I heard y'all had a sixth grade soccer team over here." That's what's triggering. That's what
Yeah.
they need. That's what they know. And with the ninth graders too, I feel like the parts where it's nothing that we could do. I was sixth grade before. I remember that we couldn't play no sports because you had to be in the seventh
You
or
had to
eighth
be in
grade.
the seventh grade.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you
And
were basically what we call a proactive approach, getting them prepared.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly.
And,
Giving
and,
them
and that's so important.
it is, and it's the thing is, it's so easy to
Yeah.
do it. It doesn't take nothing. We don't gotta pick nothing up.
Time,
Time,
Yeah.
time.
time.
That's all it takes. Time.
That's true. Yes,
For
ma'am.
the ones that's trying to that want to participate,
Mhm.
especially with the summer, I'm not for sure what your seasons are, but
Mhm.
how would they go about getting a hold to you if they wanted to participate in your tournaments and your league?
Thank you for that. That was amazing. Thank you, man. I salute you. You are amazing, and I watch you. Believe me, I do. And I've been just noticing how humble you are, and we need a
Oh,
lot of people.
thank
And
you.
if y'all
Thank
together, I
you.
know it's jumping like this. So
Yeah, thank
um,
you.
the way they could find me, it's through my social media. I'm very active on my social media, Facebook and Instagram, and I do have three different and this is crazy, but it's what it is. God's choice. God, we don't
Come
make
on
our
here.
decisions.
Don't talk
We don't
about
make
God
them.
with me. I can
We don't
talk
make
all
those
day
decisions,
long.
right?
Come on here.
So I have a 8 and under team, and if they're the
Oh,
pug life,
Plug
so
life.
yes, so it's a dog, and I have a sponsor, and she's anonymous. She doesn't want to be, you know what I'm saying, be told
Behind
who
the
she is
scenes.
exactly, and she's paying for all the uniforms.
oh
Exactly.
Oh,
So all
wow.
she wants me to do is be able to say, hey, you get the kids together and train them, teach them and everything, and you got everything.
Like a secret Santa.
Yeah.
And then she's amazing with that, and she sponsors some of my soccer stuff. I've also went to the high schools and donated some socks, which was from her. So things like that is already in process. It's just contacting me, and I'll come with. We'll both come parents and child will come up with the dates that we go practice. All we need is one day out the week, and we'll go on the Sunday league somewhere tournament, and we'll win. 13 and under. That's the French Bulldog soccer. So I have a French Bulldog.
Yeah, your little.
Yes, I have a French Bulldog, and my dog. So I got a little bet going on, and it goes towards any professional soccer players too. Any high schooler that think who they think they know who they are. So my dog, I feel like he could take a ball from anybody, and he does. He's so into it. That's a whole world.
That's a good
And
fundraiser.
I would love that to happen like that, and
Yeah.
because this is his team. This is his team that he's fundraising. He's gonna fundraise it for his team,
Right.
and that's where the money's gonna go towards is that team. So she's
Let's put that
sponsoring.
together.
Yeah.
I would
We
love
can
that.
help it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we can help that. Where that's a good fundraiser for us to do
Mhm.
for.
Yeah.
I love it.
For our
impact.
I'm so in. I'm so in. Please, I'm so in. And 19 and under. So I feel like 17, 18, 19 is a part where they become
So
high.
all they
high
have to do is try to take the ball from them.
Yes. Oh, you still with
Oh,
that?
keep the ball.
You still with that? All right. So this is
You
what
gotta
it
help me.
is. So this is what it is. This is what it is. So
'Cause I might
I've
get in
tried
there.
this. I've tried this. So I teach soccer at an elementary school.
Yes.
And this is weird. Like the last day I had because school's out right now. So the last day I had took my dog, and the kids they were the principal was like, because y'all reacted before that and everything, but the kids had already knew, and I've spoken about him and saying, man, my dog could take the ball from any one of y'all. And they're like, which dog? What kind of dog you got? I was like,
And they
it's a
so
French bulldog,
lovely.
and they're so small.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, you can't put the ball in the air with your foot, like keep it from him. He got some hops, but that's cheating.
That's cheating.
Yeah, little dog,
You can't
man.
cheat the dog.
Yeah, that's
He's
it's
so
a little,
cute, the
it's a
one
little
on the
big
picture,
dog,
yeah.
right?
You can't cheat the dog.
So this is what happened. He didn't have to do that much moving around to show off his skills, because I got the whole school know these two kids are the best. They chose these two kids to be the best, and they're always coming in there and scoring and everything. So it's cool. So those two kids are the ones that my dog went against, and he took it in less than 5 seconds. So less than 5 seconds,
A real soccer ball.
a real soccer ball.
And he took it.
So he takes it. It's not that he's
Okay,
going to
y'all.
took
The
it.
bet is on. The bet is on. So if anybody think that they can take the dog from him, we're gonna do a sponsor to sponsor.
So
the
this how it goes.
team.
This how it goes. So you have the ball.
Yeah.
You have the ball with you. If you could dribble and you all right, that's what we're gonna do. We could like create like a little circle, because I want to make it fair for both the soccer player and the dog, right?
Right.
All right. Is this the challenge is you can't go high with the ball because it's a dog, and he gonna jump, but at the same time it's keeping it low. You know what I'm saying? You can run around, but he's gonna take it from you. Now it's up to y'all how long y'all think it would be the what's name to win the prize. Which the 15, I think 15 seconds.
15
if they
seconds.
get that,
Yeah.
oh, they the truth. They're the truth. So I'll give you what it needs to be.
And then I have one to say, what about a Special Olympics
Oh.
for disabled children and adults
Oh.
who may want to
That's amazing.
participate and learn?
That's
They
amazing.
are so precious, but just need a chance.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm all in that. I'm so all in. I'm in there. Hey,
way to go,
let's. They could tell you, and we could make it happen. They could tell you, and then we can make it happen.
Yeah,
I
and
would
then
love
I know
that.
also LB Productions, they're having a car show in which I'm bringing the entertainment be my VIP. They're having stuff for the kids, and also go-karts, horse rides, different stuff for the kids. Maybe I can talk with him and see if that can be a
there.
challenge.
Yes,
See if we can make that a part of that.
That'd be amazing. No,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll get with LB
Cool.
this evening, and because that would be good, because they're having like go-karts, they're having the bouncy houses, they're having pony rides. So I'll ask him if we could bring the challenge out.
And we have hey, sponsoring again.
Most definitely.
We fixed go-karts and everything too.
Mhm.
And thing is too with that, I wanted to be able to buy some of these go-karts. I already bought two from there. and I want to be able to at my events, the way you just said go karts and everything.
Yeah.
I want to have these things at our events.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So-
gonna be
To let kids have the
October 2nd.
Yeah,
exposure
their
that they
exposure is
normally
fun.
will not be
That's
able
facts.
to have.
That's
Yes.
facts.
And that's a big engagement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
October 2nd at B&H Ranch, so it's actually at a
Oh.
ranch.
And
Yeah.
there's
Oh.
plenty of time to advertise
Yeah.
for that.
Yes, I'm in. I'm all in.
Okay, I'll
I'm
talk
all
with
in.
LB
I'm all
Productions
in.
this evening.
So this past week, I had a 5-on-5 versus a street ball tournament, soccer tournament, and I had
Women
one of my,
too,
yes,
because
yes,
you know
please,
how
yes.
they be living them women out.
Nope, not here, not
I
over
can
here.
run some game
Nah,
on
nah.
some women.
Hey, not over. Not,
Men
look,
too.
this is what it is. This
Right.
is the thing too. And I had somebody who came to my job, and he said his daughters and everybody. So my niece and his daughters are gonna be the ones joining each other and everything.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Okay.
And so when that happened, he said, "Hey, just same thing you said. Hey, we need to get women's more exposure, you know, so they could be able to be heard and everything too. And that's another thing I do too. I want these kids to get the exposure that they need. And I wanted to say thank you because you said it's just not about what you said, like in a sense, it's for everything here.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for that, and thank you for having an ear for it. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we at.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the 5-on-5, I created some medals.
Mhm.
Somebody, I know a good friend of mine. He makes crafty. Shout out to Crafty with it on Instagram. He'll make whatever you want, however you want to do it. So in that tournament, I thought about an idea of 1-on-1. So it's already there. They did everything. We're making a belt, right?
Oh,
it's a
Like
DA.
the wrestling belt.
Yes. And the winners of this tournament are gonna just the first 5 to 10 because it's gonna be I'm gonna put their faces on the side of belts. On the real boxing when they have
that's
they be having the
cool.
what's name on there. So it's just things like that. We're capable and we could do it. I like my nephew when he was younger. I did a photo shoot and I put him in the USA jersey and everything.
Aw.
Yeah, and it's amazing how I wanted to create his own poster, and I did.
Right.
That's what I did with that. I my niece, I made her a poster and she got it in her wall. Man, I love my niece and my nephew. They taught me and I'm still learning from them. So I'm still trying to figure it out too. So there's nothing that has we
People
can't.
don't realize that kids teach us more than we can learn from
Exactly.
another adult.
That's true.
Yes.
That's so true.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Because I didn't
Respectfully,
become
though.
a parent till I had kids.
Right.
And I didn't become
Right.
what I know. I say I didn't become an adult till I had
Till you
kids.
had kids.
Exactly.
And then they taught me how to
Yeah.
navigate the water.
And it does that. It does
Made
that.
mistakes, but still learn from them.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still learning, and you know, I kind of grew with my kids, so
Come on here.
yes,
Growth with kids.
right,
That's
yes.
That's
very
what we
important.
do.
Ooh,
So,
Each child is different.
mhm.
I love that.
Yeah. So I met him at Exotic Pop. We both are part of the Exotic Pop community, and we were at one of the communities, and he's so quiet, and I just went over and introduced myself, and you know, and we just kind of been chopping it up ever
Yes,
since. You
yes,
know, he was
yes.
my VIP at the
At the
last
event you
concert.
had, yeah.
Mhm.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
It
he's
was
gonna be
beautiful.
my VIP at the car show.
Thank you for that. And
Most definitely.
that's why I feel because the questions always coming up to me. That's how because what do I feel? How I think about other organizations. It's just so much we can because when it comes down to like doing Harvey, it's a lot of organizations that came in and helped, but you have to continue doing that, and that's why I feel your
Takes a
organization
village.
does. It does.
Thank you.
It does. Yeah, you are consistent with yours and you are real with yours, so that's why you're gonna continue to be blessed and
Oh, thank
yeah, for sure.
you.
And
Thank
that's
you.
where we at. And thank y'all for even having this, giving me this opportunity to be able to spread this word out too, because it, like I said, it's hard. It's a competition out there,
Mhm.
and we're part of the competition. So we can't call or see what it's going to be like, but we could definitely make some changes on there.
Most
You know, I always
definitely.
tell people competition is needed.
It is.
Mhm.
Because if you didn't have competition, you wouldn't try to push yourself
That's true.
to
Yeah.
try to win or to try to at least stay inside the game.
That's true.
You know, without competition, you won't be saying, "Put me in the game, coach."
Mhm.
Right,
That's
right.
You
facts.
know,
That's
put
so
me
true.
in the game because
So
I'm a
true.
game changer.
That's
Right.
so true.
Yeah.
And then besides Smurf and besides you, we also have Mario with the with the boxing,
MMA.
the
Oh,
MMA,
Brazilian
yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, you know, I could never say
That's true.
jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian
So
Jiu-Jitsu.
if y'all don't mind me adding this part,
No, we don't mind.
and it's a passion too, because everything I do has a passion behind it. if we could find a property where we could create a soccer field, watch this, and off seasons, I want to be able to take the soccer team and support other sports. Like
Cool,
football
absolutely.
teams are perfect because that's the same size of field we use. So
Mhm.
boom, all off season we can support the football team and go
Year
from there
round.
year round. Exactly. And the same
That's
thing
what's
when it
needed
goes,
year round.
it's so needed
Oh
because
yeah.
in our neighborhood on northeast, I'm on the northeast side. Shout out to Homestead. Shout out to everybody on the northeast side on my hood where we at because we deep and we doing some
He
major
said
moves.
we deep.
We doing
I
some
like the way he
major
said
things.
that. We
Yeah.
deep.
We are doing some major things, and I'm proud of my brothers. I'm proud of my community. I'm proud of everybody's and doing their thing silently, and it shows. Like I said, I'm I'm here to help. I'm here to make the changes with y'all, and we will see a change in there because our communities are being forgotten about
Yeah,
mainly.
most
So
definitely.
that's serious because where I'm from, they took the field away,
Mm.
and so the kids have to try to figure out where to go. They tore down some areas as well, but it's a way to do it. It's a
Exactly.
methodical way to do it.
Yes.
So have you ever brought it or
Yes,
bring
ma'am.
it up to city council?
Ooh.
Bring it on their mind. Once you bring it up to city council
Mhm.
and say, "Hey, this is for the kids. This is something that we need year round, but it's gonna take more than just you in that room.
Watch
It's gonna
this.
take a lot of people." Did you do that?
I did.
And
It's on YouTube too. It's weird because I
oh,
had recorded on when it was on TV, and I caught it. My mom had so hey, you on TV? I said, bam, put it on there. I said, okay, so I recorded. The thing is with that, and that's why I said earlier about how to identify these parks that are bad.
mhm,
It's
mhm.
it's very easy to walk right past them, but it's hard to
Yeah.
be able to go in there and trying to figure out what it is. But it's easy.
Mhm.
Identify them is the first thing to do. And then what I did was I went to City Hall and I spoke for the Spark Park, and now I have the key to the park. Watch this. Yeah, it was
Wow.
amazing how it happened. After this,
Mhm.
I'll show you the video, and it gets to the point where I had it for 2 days, but just on the weekends because I knew
Mhm.
that the school had it during the week,
Right.
right?
Right.
Mhm.
But in '98, when we left, the new school got built, and
Mhm.
when the new school got built, they built the school with some parks inside, right? So they forgot it. They just didn't even care about the parks. Like the school system didn't even care about the park no more. Why? Because they were going to turn it into a parking lot, and that's
Oh.
just that's just evil spirits just being there, just trying to change things up in our community.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I came in. I spoke to the director of the Spark Park, and she said, "Hey, this contract between me and I represent the community and the
Mhm.
Spark Park." And she's the one who told me, "Hey, if you can help me identify other ones, let's make it happen." But this is where it's at. At that time when those decisions were being made, she said, "But we have to involve the school system," which we did.
Mhm.
They're the third contract,
Mhm.
and they got to the point where like, well, when they started seeing all the big things that we're going to do for it, they said, "Hey, well, we want to be involved now," and that's what I feel like. It's not the school's fault, and I'm not saying it's anybody in their's fault. Yeah, I just know that our principles always getting changed every 2 3 years,
Yeah.
so they're not gonna know what was being said and what's
Yeah.
being done
Mhm.
the following year or the years before. And luckily, this the principal that is there now, the vice principal, amazing principal. She's been there. She was a teacher first, and she was one of the persons when I felt like it was already. I'm at the circles and I'm just talking like uh, I feel like every time I gotta explain my what it is or how to do it and everything. At that moment, I feel like I gotta do it again.
Mhm.
New principal. Okay, here I go. But she stopped me and said, "Nah, he's been here. He's been doing what he's doing. That's why they gave him the key to the park because what he's doing, and it's the vice principal now. So she saw the whole 4 years before, and she spoke up at the moment, which I respect her
Wow.
and everything. But it gets to the point where our kids leave those schools and they're being forced into something else now. So it's just
Oh.
and then especially high school levels, sports, it's being
Well,
forgotten
what
about.
I get a contract,
Mm.
meaning that when you go and you talk to them, you get a yearly contract saying that we have this for 5 or 10 years. So it doesn't matter the changeover
Yes, ma'am.
of who comes in. If you have a contract saying this belongs to you and say they tear it down or use it for some other use
Mhm.
because of that contract,
Mhm.
they will have to honor you still in whatever different location it is, you're just not going to be left out and void because the contract says, okay, within 10-year period of time, we have this field.
Mm-hmm.
So if they decide to do something else with that field,
Mm-hmm.
they have to honor you with another field
Got you.
on their facility or wherever, so you can still use it.
Oh, that's
With no contract, it's okay. We just was
nothing.
being nice to you while you were holding it,
Exactly.
but with the contract, they have to keep that valid.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing is with that, and that's why I feel like I do, and I deserve, and I feel like we should find a way to
Absolutely.
find a field of our own where our kids can walk towards in the neighborhood. I'm tired of my parents having to go as far as we can to go meet,
Right.
and
Right.
it does take
People-
money. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
gas high too.
it's
Yeah.
barely going. It's barely want to go down, but
And it'll go right back up
It'll go right back
depending
up.
on what's
where
going
we
on.
at and where we at too. That's
And then
bad.
sometimes, I'm a firm believer in say ask and you shall receive, right?
That's true.
So sometimes, if you want to involve the community and you're doing it for the
Mhm.
community, why not, say, hey, I don't see, this is what I believe like GoFundMe is for,
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
different things as far as helping to get a community van to be able to
I have
do
a community
that.
band
You
that
have
someone
one?
donated, but thing is with that, it's not working and everything. This is the thing right now. It gets to the point where each thing has a million things in it, and
Yeah.
it gets hard.
Mhm.
And you meant, but like you said, but you mentioning it now is in somebody's ear to the point. If I tell you that now, we can work about, hey, what's wrong with that band? Let's see what's going on with it. And it's the simplest thing, but like I told my nephew, they the ones that need these rides to these tournaments and everything. They'll meet up somewhere. I had just told my nephew the other day that somebody came in, and the guy about the soccer with his girls, he invited my nephew to, he called the director to this one place where they be seeing scouts there. They go see them kids and everything. I'm in on all that. I'm so in with that.
Yeah.
And if I just need them to protect me and take care of my nephew and my niece when they're
Yeah.
out there with that,
Yeah.
because they're putting their all into it.
Mhm.
I told them when they got in high school that they're gonna help you and everything, but they didn't though. So that's I dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like now it's a different level. Now let's see what this does.
Mhm.
It seems like it's time to now. I'm not saying that
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
not, but it's
It
time
is.
now that it's time to structure it
Yes, ma'am.
to the point where you'll have a person, an advocate over here, an advocate over here that can focus on a lot of things.
And I
So it
apologize
won't happen
if it's
for
not
us.
like that and it's supposed to seem like that. Does that make any sense?
I'm
'Cause-
saying because you got to ask her. I'm a conceptual thinker.
Nah,
So
love
when
that.
I
That's
hear a
good.
vision, I think
Yeah.
of this vision is here. How can I take that vision to the next level?
Yeah,
It's not saying that what you're doing is not good.
No,
Because it's
believe me, no.
phenomenal.
No,
You
for
know
sure, for
what
sure.
you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just thinking of ways that can eliminate the worry.
I would love, and that's the thing. Me personally, I
you.
feel like it's the thing. The passionate part about it is, it's like I talked to a lot of people, but like you just said, let's do it.
Right.
It's a song called by
Because people do this a lot.
exactly right. So it's like it's a song called "Gifted Hands." It's a guy that and he said on there, "Why not start now?"
Right.
And
right,
I take that in so deeply to the point where it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel everything should be like just start now. And if it isn't, this keep starting another time. But that's where it's at.
Failure is not meaning that you failed at something. Failure to me equates to I made mistakes, but I'm going to learn from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when people say, okay, I failed at this or I didn't do this, then just navigate the waters and go around it, because it's a will, there's a way.
Mhm.
So, when you have the right backing,
Mhm.
this is all about support. If you have the right backing behind you and you have, systematic things and processes in place, man, because where you going and what you're doing is phenomenal.
Thank you.
And
I think it's keeping a lot of kids off the street
It
too.
takes a
And that's what I
village, though.
want to do. And that's the thing too. Okay, so at the park where I'm at, where I have the key to, right behind the park on the side of it, there's a door that where it's next to the basketball court, because the basketball court has a gate and it's open from the park, and then it has 3 gates on the basketball court, the school and the community.
Right.
So the community part over here, it's a big old land park there. And I was just talking to one of my good friends yesterday. He's a promoter, and I told him we were both saying, man, what if we put like because he loves basketball, playing basketball, and I said, what if you put like a center here? They got the space. I said, I think we can. I think we got like 50% of this right now to be able. Even if I implement that idea to somebody, like you said right now, if y'all was to help me, y'all have full control of anything that happens, because I want that for the kids. I want the kids that y'all know to know what we know. I want them to learn. I want to be able to teach them if I can. If not, my niece and nephew would love to teach them, and
Mhm.
their homeboys and their homegirls that they play with every Sunday or league.
Yeah.
They're ready. They're excited to. And I tell my nephew, they know. I've taken my nephew and my niece to my job to go help me teach them kids because I tell them since they were little. I said I took them to the high school games, and I even take them to when they were in middle school to the high school game because that's what I try to figure out. Let them figure out where is it they want to go because of what they do,
Mhm.
and they are already focused and they're strong. That's why I feel like man, they're strong, man. They're I see us and I see myself in them, and I can see them just just floating and just succeeding all the way through.
Yeah, it's time to burst some Olympic champions around
Exactly,
here,
exactly. Yes, I'm so
Absolutely.
down with that. And at the 5-on-5 in what's the name that Polk Street is Midtown. It's
Mhm.
beautiful. It's I had to take my dog to a
Oh,
dog park.
Midtown is
Yes,
Mhm.
it's right and it's right down the street from the Dynamo Stadium. It's a like a 4 foot black cement thing. It's a soccer court, right? So that's where I did my soccer tournament at. And when I did that, I want that at the Spark Park where I got the what's the name because them kids would love somebody like that.
or even to go to a Dynamo game. There's so
Mhm.
many
Yes,
kids that play soccer or football
yes, and
Mhm.
I
and
would love to
never
take them to
ever went to a real
A
game.
soccer
real,
game.
yeah, a real soccer
Mhm.
game.
That's amazing.
That's with
That's maybe
basketball as
put.
well.
Yeah.
Never went
Yes,
to a real NBA game. Never
Yeah.
went to a real NFL game, and that's or baseball.
baseball.
It's
Mhm.
Yeah,
just a great experience for them
for sure,
to be
for sure.
exposed to.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess once we get off air, we can
Talk more
talk
about
more.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's some people that's listening that
Oh yeah,
would
they
want
say
to
you're
be
doing a wonderful
involved.
job.
Man, I would love and then volunteering. That's what I do too. So if you have any events, I would love to come to your events and volunteer my time because that's where I feel like it keeps things moving. And when we volunteer our time, it shows that we're stronger together.
See, I'm grown and still haven't win, and I'm 50. I know, right?
Man,
Right.
so
It's just a good experience. And then you can expose some parents too, because a lot of parents
yes,
can't parent what they don't know.
Mhm.
So to be exposed to a whole different environment, a different level of yes, you can, son.
Yes.
Yes, you can, daughter.
facts.
It's possible.
Mhm.
Can shift the dynamics of a relationship between a parent and their
That's true.
children.
Mhm.
That's totally because what I see you could ask her how I see beyond
That's
just
good.
what you're saying. And
For
I
sure.
see beyond just helping somebody be athletic. You changing lives by the
Yeah.
things that you do
Yeah, for
and
sure.
what you want to do for people. Because everybody don't have a heart.
That's true.
Yeah. Because my daughter and I, we went and we volunteered at the YMCA for the T-ball for the
Makes a
children that
difference.
had autism.
I love that.
And
It
yeah,
makes a difference.
it makes a
and
difference.
Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
yes,
makes a total difference.
it does. And the thing is too, our elderly. I have
They
a lot of
love to
elderly.
watch.
They
Mhm.
watch, but they love to walk and watch. 'Cause that's what
Mhm.
they're asking me about the park right now. When am I
Oh,
gonna open the park back up? Because
oh
they
yeah, to
used to
watch
walk.
them practice.
Oh.
That's what they and the thing is
A
right now.
safe place.
And that could be therapeutic too.
a safe place
Yeah,
though.
safe place.
That's the
I
thing.
think I'm ready. And if y'all would love to if y'all wanted to come in and help me to make some change at that park, I'm ready now because at first the parks that we had on there, they were the original ones, and they were asking me you could get everything new, but I was more into like, man, I don't want this our parks to go. But I'm open to anything now. I'm open to hey, if you feel like what's safer and better for the
And
kids.
see, I had to learn that because the thing is that we want to
Mhm.
hold on to the old, but will it be beneficial for the kids?
And if you learn from that, you're
Yeah.
strong. Believe me, you're a
Because the
strong
thing
person.
is memory.
Ooh.
I remember how I had fun at that park, but now it needs to be new
It
because
needs
I
to be
can't
new.
keep putting Band-Aid on old stuff
There you
thinking
go.
that
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
fix it.
now
Yeah.
I feel some kind of way because that's
You know,
true. This is the
yeah.
part that's true.
I can't keep putting Band-Aid on the wound. I got to heal it, right?
That's true.
So that means that in order to heal it, I got to try something new because the Band-Aid gets old and you have to keep changing it. Right?
That's true.
You gotta have to keep fixing it. So if they offering something new,
Mhm.
take it.
For sure.
Take it.
For sure.
Take it.
And it is weird that the YMCA are the one that actually said that, and I just feel like I said, God does all this. We ain't got nothing to do with this. It gets to the point where we're gonna be put in the right position every time.
Most definitely.
Every
But
time.
whatever you
And
do,
don't miss.
if you don't listen to me say anything else,
Mhm.
don't let anyone alter your vision.
Mm.
Okay,
It's
because
not a.
people will come in and they'll say, okay, we can do this, we can do this, but do not let it deviate from the vision that God has for you,
Mhm.
because people will try to work your vision
That's
and it
true.
won't be the
It
same
won't be
way.
the
So
same.
you got to make sure that whatever you put in place, you continue with your vision.
For sure. Thank you for that.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's awesome.
and on top of the awesomeness, like I said, and some. Watch this. I want to create a bridge from the other because the tailwater is fast.
He gonna have us crying up in
It's
here.
fast.
Oh, yeah.
A bridge,
Theo,
right?
I need a
Don't-
Theo.
Yeah.
Right? Don't think these are a bridge. And I stay on that side.
Yes.
Look, I need a Theo.
Yes.
I need a
Theo.
Yes.
Yeah. I think everybody needs a Theo.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Did I say it right? Say it again.
Theo.
Theo.
Yeah.
I need a
right.
Theo.
You definitely got that right.
I need one. Man,
And-
we all do.
And that was an idea that came because inside the park, it's a wall right in front of us. It's Spark Park and Shadedale Elementary. I still involved the school. I want to be able to tell, like I told the artist, he's going to come draw on the inside so people, the kids can take a picture and everything. There's going to be some hands, and there's going to be a world, different colors and everything. And that's what but watch this though. I want to find a way to be able to make a fundraiser for him because he's amazing what he does. He's been doing all the artworks down in downtown Houston. He did the ones in everywhere. He's been what is it, artistic arts? That's what it's called. Look him up. Hey, I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I respect people like that, and they're amazing. And I want to work with people like that. I like y'all. I'm gonna definitely work with y'all.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
definitely.
I have
Definitely
one that
will.
actually say that is so true because parents can be dream killers. And with that conversation with parents can be dream killer, you can
That's
be the avenue out. It may be tough, but it happens. And I think it happens. So I don't want to get too deep, but I think it happens because the parent has never been exposed to that type of situation before, and they can't see it because they're hardworking or they only do this and they believe that the only way to make it is to do this. Don't waste your time on playing a guitar.
Yeah.
Guitar not gonna make you money. Don't waste your time being a singer or a rapper. It's not gonna make you money. Or we just don't get that break because of the environment that we're exposed to. But when people come to you and you say anything is possible,
That's true.
keep dreaming, you got it.
Yeah.
Just one step in front of you didn't get the win, but that doesn't mean you're a failure. That just means you got to keep trying harder.
That's good.
It's so that pivotal change in the mindset of them knowing that would shift, because I'm all about a shifter. That's why they call me the shifter specialist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm all about the
The
shift.
inspiration
Right,
and
it's the
encouragement.
inspiration, it's the motivation behind the action. You can do whatever you want to do.
That's true.
But if you don't have motivation and purpose behind the action you doing, then is it about you or is it about the children or whatever your purpose is?
What is it that we used to say? Motivation, dedication,
dedication, success through training.
Dedication, preparation,
success through training. That's what we said. I used to say, repeat it again.
Yeah, that's what we used to have to do.
And when I said repeat it again, why did we repeat it? Because I wanted you to feel
it.
I wanted you to know it.
Yes.
I wanted you to believe that in spite of, you still are.
Yeah.
We had to come up with our own cadence and everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
And I'm part of since high school. I've been part of a group called DAC. It's called it stands for Dedicated and Committed, and we came up with that. As they're in the they're in the music industry. Davis Blanco, Franco, Jay Rilla, all of us. Know what I'm saying? Franco, all of us.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? So when we came up with that, it got to the point where I'm a promoter, but I feel like the passion was more into my soccer world with the kids.
Yeah.
So I turned DAC football. And my brother support me, say, man, you doing your thing, fam. Appreciate, hey, man, kids look up to you. But I say, man, that's who I want all of us as parents.
Yeah.
All my homeboys are parents now. They got kids. I want their kids on my teams, and they know, and they're gonna. And it's gonna happen. We just gotta make sure that we line it up right and ready for the kids to be able to see on.
Man, we look with everything that's happening. We looking for something to be the next best thing to catapult us back to where we were. Because I remember playing in the yard, being free, not coming home, street light come on, everybody, we those little things that we did
Everybody
growing
wanted
up
to be at the park.
So, and we knew who our neighbors were. We knew the kid down the street. We knew that Junebug or JoJo or Lil Woo Woo who was going to be our friend. We may fight, but we still was close. We didn't talk about fighting and killing.
Yeah.
So just to have something positive for these kids, I bet 9 out of 10 times you're gonna have people that wanna to
Mm-hmm.
invest in their kids' future.
For sure.
And,
For
and,
sure.
and kids want a way out. They just don't know how to say it. I'm a
Yeah.
That's so
firm believer
true.
of that.
Oh my God, they, and I always tell my kids when since they were kids, and this is a good little scene. 2 years ago, and a guy just walked up to me and he's like, "Say, man, you don't even remember me, huh?" I said, "Nah, we went to school together."
Yeah.
He said, "Nah, man, you was my t-ball coach."
Wow.
Yes, I'm like, he's talking about everything like, okay. And then his mom came from behind him. I said, "Man, I remember you," and I got a picture of him, my niece, and but he was 19. So I went to my niece's graduation that was in high school there, but she was 19, and then he's 19 now, so they're grown now. You know what I'm saying? So I have that type of respect, and because when I seen his mom, I always remember his mom telling me, hey, thank you for
Yeah.
taking my kids in, you know what I'm saying, and showing, you know
It's
what I'm
a
saying,
relief
showing
for the
them.
Yeah.
parent.
It is, man, and that's the person I respect more, because during them time I tell my kids, who do you respect first? My mom, my dad. That's the first thing. And
Mm-hmm.
what's supposed to have fun? You're supposed to respect your
It's
parents.
discipline.
It
Yeah.
is.
Discipline in learning,
Yeah.
discipline in doing something that you committed to.
Exactly.
And with soccer, it's a commitment, because who gonna run that long?
That's true. But
Chasing after a
I bet
ball.
you, bring me your kids. Watch this. By the time I'm done with them, they're gonna be tired. They're gonna go home, go to sleep.
Eating,
Mm-hmm.
sleep. You know what?
They're gonna go to sleep.
I need a Theo when I was raising.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
no,
But my kids stayed in athletics and
that's
stuff.
good,
But I
man.
believe that
All
to
sports are
have it.
good. All
Mhm.
sports are good, and try it. Try all sports, and figure that one out yourself, because that's something that's a passion is yours. It's nobody else's. And if you
Most
don't do it, somebody
definitely.
else will.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. You got somebody.
Oh yeah. It say many didn't succeed at their dream for whatever reason. Believe when I tell you some of the parents don't want their kids to succeed.
Mm.
To succeed them. But
Yes.
I'm
Oh
not just a
man.
conqueror, but more than a conqueror.
Oh,
You see,
So
right.
on that world right
you're
there,
inspiring individuals as not children. You know
at
that.
that point, I feel like parents should become their kids' managers, their photographers, something that makes money.
Mm-hmm.
Make them help them create their shirts. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have their picture. That's what I'm gonna do for my nephew and my niece. I told him, you got a photographer for life
But
in
see,
me.
you have that passion for that. And I was just thinking, if he can't, you have kids of
I
your own.
don't. That's
He
what.
said
That's
he
what.
don't,
Okay,
and
see,
that's the thing.
and that's the thing. Like you for you
But
to have passion for somebody else's kid
mm-hmm,
and to do the things that you want to do,
mm-hmm,
that needs to be that needs to be shared.
Passion
for
You
sure,
and
got you got
time.
for
and
sure,
time, because time
Mhm.
for
cannot
sure,
be bought back. I
for
don't
sure.
care how much they put price on time,
It's
it can't be brought
priceless.
back,
Yeah.
because once it's gone, it's gone.
It's
It's gone
gone.
for sure.
And you could try to make up whatever. People remember how you made them feel throughout the
Yep.
Exactly,
process.
exactly.
And what you're doing can be a whole mentorship program that you can
I would
develop.
love that. I
Mhm.
would love that. And for the moms too, it's soccer moms care plan. Put your own
Oh.
kids on their insurance, and to be able to, because when high schools be asking for the what is it, the
Baby, that's a whole
physicals,
thing,
The
because a lot of
physicals.
people
yes,
don't even
Yeah.
have insurance.
and they be having hard time to be able to get those things, and it's like, I remember we used to go down the street and go get it from a medical center and
Look,
go back.
$25.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
No, I know. Hold that thought. I'll talk to you after
for
this
sure,
thing,
for
because
sure.
I know some physicians that will actually volunteer their time to come and do
Mm.
physicals for them, and it's legit physical. They just got
No,
to have
that's
a
amazing.
space, you know.
And I
And then
will
it's about
involve the schools in that.
and let me share something with you. Believe it or not, a lot of people will donate to you. You need a 501c3. I have a sister that does that.
Yes, ma'am.
So a lot of people would donate to you because they want a tax write-off to help them not to eliminate taxes. So
That's
the
true.
equipment and all of this stuff that you need can be donated to you and then it'll be a write-off for the company. So it's a win-win situation for both, but sometimes they need a 501c3 to do it. But then you might catch some other people that will donate. But I'm telling you, if we put something together and say, hey, this is what I have to do. I looked it up. Houston has 7.6 million people here. So which means that, if everybody gave $1,
Yeah.
or if you just reach the right ones, that anything can be successful.
And I'm far, me personally, I'm the type of person that I want to do it now or watch this. But it gets crazy because you saying your sister knows how to do it. Man, I would love for your sister to be able to let's do it. Just this, why not start now? I'm keep mentioning that song because in that song he said something real smart. He said, if I wasn't so solid, I would have melted in the rain.
Wow.
Right? And that's hey, gifted hands. This is not me. This
what
is him.
It say? If I wasn't so solid, I would have melted
melted
in the rain. That hit me in my core.
I'm telling you,
I'm
in a
shook
car.
it.
I'm in a car.
I'm shook it.
That's real. And then another thing he said was when somebody asked me for help, I'll just change the subject. You know what I'm saying? It's something like in that world in that what's saying, like some people don't, they're always closing their doors.
Yeah.
Because it gets to the point where, and that's how I feel about organizations. And you said 501c3s.
You to do better than them.
And
or they take your idea.
That's one. But I always feel like, and I've proved this. I've done so much stuff came in to the point where it's like, imagine that. Imagine if your sister was to help me do that, and it'll be amazing.
You know what? If
I would love for that to happen.
Close the door in your face, you walk down the hall to that door that was meant to be open for you.
Everything. I believe nothing happens by coincidence. Everything happens for a reason.
That's true.
But it's like that Aaliyah song, dust yourself off and try again. You know what I mean? So whatever happens, if you fall once, get up.
Exactly.
I always tell people that the main thing is get up.
That's fact.
Get up and show up for yourself.
Getting up is a strength itself.
Right.
When you got up, that's strength.
Yeah.
You're strong.
And it takes a lot. Just to ask, to put yourself out there takes a lot. So I want to commend you for that. Just putting yourself out there and being an advocate for kids that don't get the opportunity and being there for your niece and nephew. They're going to remember that. And they're going to pay it forward.
For sure.
They're going to remember Theo.
Hey, but I told them, because they say when they make it to leave what I want, I said, I want some tickets to y'all games.
I know that's right.
That's it. Just do that and I'm happy.
Right. I'm there. I'm there.
Be the best you can be the best
because I think it's that during them times, and it's not even just my niece and my nephew, man. It's so many soccer players that I know that I watched them grow up. They were in middle school and they're coming up to me saying, "Hey, coach, you saw that?" I was like, "Yeah, I saw that,
meant
man."
A lot. You meant a lot to them.
A pair of eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember looking up in the stands and sometimes
that's hard too,
not
man.
seeing somebody there, and then other people in the neighborhood.
But see,
the
all right. So you being strong,
worked.
and my parents, and that's why I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
When I played my sports, my parents weren't there. They wasn't at my games. And
they were
everything.
at work.
Yeah.
But it just gets to the point where they were doing their thing to be where we at now.
Yeah,
right,
most definitely.
Right.
And
And people need to accept that. And then, it hurts me when I hear a kid say to their parents, "You wasn't there. I had other people in the stands. You wasn't there," not knowing that their parent was busting their butt just to pay for food for them to go on the tournament or money to go to their tournament. They had work.
Now I'm feeling I gotta chill with them.
You
that's
know what
exactly
I'm saying?
what
So they have you try to tell your kid, like, "Baby, I wish I could be there, but I have to work. And if I don't work, then you can't look presentable whenever you doing your thing on the basketball court or the football
doing your
field,
thing." And
you know what I'm saying?
Because
so
the thing
it's
is,
bigger than that.
It's I guess it's to the point we can't feel how they feel because we're not in that shoe.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was strong when I was a kid. I didn't need nothing. I went and got mine. I didn't care how. I just knew I had to get the respectful way.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I didn't care how much I got paid at McDonald's. I just made sure I wasn't at home. I'm doing what my mom and dad doing. Shit. We work with here. We're doing what we gotta do.
Right.
And these kids are learning that the hard way. Because I got some kid. This gonna hurt. It hurts me every time when I heard it from him. He said, "Man, I can't wait to get out of high school. I'm finna come back and help this school."
Oh,
See,
That's
the whole
wrong.
conception mindset.
That's
Yeah.
wrong, man. For him to feel like that,
as a kid.
that's wrong. For him to feel like that. So that means he didn't get no help that
He
he
felt like he was
expected.
deprived of that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Of the opportunity.
Mm.
That like he was deprived of it, so he has to come.
He has to come back and do something about it. He has to give back.
And that's a senior talking too. And the thing is too, I just feel like I've always said this too, that it's not the school, it's the student, it's us.
Yeah.
But see, now I've been out of school for 15, 16, 17 years already. It's the same thing, but it's harder.
I ain't gonna tell you how long I've been out of
Harder.
school.
It's hard out there, yeah.
My daughter, 34.
What high school you went to?
I've been out of school 34.
What high school you went to?
Bay City High School.
What high school you go to?
Worthing.
Worthy? Cool. Bay City? So you're
Down south.
okay.
And I'm almost 50.
I love it.
Over 50.
Looking good. Looking good. No, man.
But,
That's amazing.
you know, but the main part of it is that even though you're out of school, even you just never lost touch with reality.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's the main thing, not losing touch with reality and always looking to fulfill a need.
For sure.
You know.
For sure.
And avoid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Man, that's where it's at. I just feel like there's a lot of us. A lot of us like us. Like a lot of like people like you. But I would love to connect with these people because the vision that we have, we need to spread them. We need to spread it and make sure that everybody is seeing it, doing it, or complaining about it if they want to. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All everything is good. Everything gonna work when it comes together. And that's why I feel like, man, if your sister can help me do that's gonna help the community so much. It'll do it so well.
I always tell people pain plus purpose equals profit.
That comes together.
And profit don't always have to mean monetary. So I want people to understand that. Profit doesn't always have to mean monetary. Profit can mean saving and changing somebody's lives. Profit could be helping an individual. When people hear profit, they automatically believe that it has to involve money. Profit means any type of gain that you can get other than what you've already had and don't acquire a loss in it. That is a profit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
That's
so
facts.
I profit from changing people's lives.
Most definitely.
I profit from pulling purpose out of people
Most
that
definitely.
God has already given them. So let me understand that I can't pull something out of you that God hasn't already given you. God gave you the purpose. Jeremiah 29:11. He already knew the plan for you, right? You had it on your bracelet. I observe everything. You know, he already had a plan for you. You got that right there on your bracelet.
And the thing is too,
She said right there.
I had you went to
See that? Jeremiah 29:11. He
and
got
this
some
is
plans for you.
And look how dope. Shout out to Inspired Cuts. And
come on, Inspired Cuts. You better come on with the scripture.
They just had a event. It was a product release event. He's a barber. He has one barber on Hopper Street over there on northeast side, and his daughter's a barber.
Wow.
I went to barber college, so I know how. To me, I felt when I went there and I did it, it was easy to me. So I just feel like I want to be a barbershop owner. I don't want to cut hair.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's where it's at. And then after that, yes.
And I took cosmetology at Worthing.
Man, if we all come together, let's create a barber college.
Take over the world.
One of those for all the kids. That's important. And
because a lot of kids go to school and they hide themselves because they need haircuts, they need their hair done. So just a community project, man. That's what it is. Just
that part where the soccer court was at. I looked them up, and the people who created that is a organization that they clean up parks and they do that stuff like that. And when I told them about the tournament I was having, they would look to work with me and everything. I'm like, man, let's do it then. But like I said, at that time, it's just more until we got to put more into it. Everything we do, we got to just juice it up some more. Add a little more. Nothing's gonna go as planned. And then when it does, just thank God for that, and be sure that you humble yourself to know that it's His. It's
thank God for it and humble yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely it. That is definitely it.
I'm really super glad. What time is it? Because we did
God.
So yeah. thank you again.
Oh
Oh
man,
Thank you.
man, we could have
we're
kept
gonna have to
on.
bring him back. We're gonna have to bring Smurf back. We're gonna have to bring
Please do.
Mario
I
back.
think we
We're gonna
need
have
to
to
bring it back and
all of the
have it like a
sports.
community
Yeah,
type thing.
Ooh,
Oh man,
because
that'd
they're
be good.
all into sports. Yeah.
Yes, I would
God,
love.
that
And then
time
we
went by
also have
fast.
Hunt that does the
Concealed
safety
gun.
training
Mhm.
with the kids for the gun safety training
Yeah.
for
That's
kids.
good
I
too.
mean, that's
Mhm.
wow. That would be a good show.
As a matter of fact, I heard one of the shows, the Gospel Channel 92.1 doing the buy back the guns this
Mm.
weekend. I didn't catch the location, but you bring a gun in and they buy it back from you to minimize the guns on the street. So I
Wow.
thought that was a good community project as well.
I was trying to run for government this on the 2021, and it's against Sheila Jackson Lee. And
Wow.
the reason why it's against her is because she's who is the control of my community and other communities. It's probably y'all communities too, where y'all at and everything. But I just feel like it's time for changes in that world, and that position is only a 2 year term,
All
and
of them
and on
2 years.
and more, yeah, most of them, right. And I feel like, and they told me, well, if you do that, you're not gonna be able to do what you're doing now, which is I'm gonna have to be okay with that because at the same time, 2 years and there's nothing.
Who said that?
It's 2 year term
Yeah, but who say you can't do what you doing now? You just have to be doing it at a different
at a
capacity.
different capacity. That's what I told them. I always feel like Republicans and Democrats should always both been working together, but
They do.
they're
Let me, and I don't care who say. Let me get this straight.
yeah.
They work together.
Ugh.
They really do. Like Republicans and Democrats, they work together. They get up here, they say this, they say that, but in the scheme of the thing, they meet each other for dinner. They go play on the golf court. They go play tennis together.
Same as attorneys.
The same thing as attorneys.
true.
I could be a
Mhm.
defense attorney, I could be a prosecutor, but in the same sense that we're gonna battle it out in court. But when we finish with it, hey Joe, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
Hey, I see
It's the
you and Phoebe at
politics,
soccer
yeah.
practice.
It's all about
It's
the
it's
politics.
it's a game that everybody play. If I'm on first base, I gotta play first base, right? So if I'm the goalie, I gotta make sure nothing gets in.
Yeah.
So I mean that's I mean my perspective.
That's true.
I could be
No.
wrong. Y'all
Nah,
correct me if I'm
you're so
wrong.
right.
You
You ain't
but
said a lie
nothing
yet.
wrong.
You ain't said a
Tell
lie
me
yet.
what a lie is.
Where is it?
Because I'm the type of person that I can be your boss. I can write you up and still go buy your kids some Christmas presents at the end of the day because it's not it's business. It's not personal.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that we have to do. And she knows
Mhm.
that when I was Captain James, I was Captain James, but I was still cool with you. But it was that level that okay, while I'm at work, this is where I am.
For sure.
She's been my
And this is
mentor for 20 years.
Yeah, you know.
And that's what I look for too. I look for mentors, and I'm looking to be a mentor
Oh yeah.
for anybody who is
I
at
developed the mentor program for the state.
For real?
FTO, field training officer and mentor program for the state, and went around and taught it all over the state of Texas.
Yeah.
Man.
And I
And the
was
defensive tactics and firearms.
and
That's
yeah, and I
amazing.
was a unit mentor and a sergeant. So
Mm. You not play chess?
I know how to
I want
develop.
I want to create a chess team, and me and my homeboy.
I'm not good at
I-
chess,
I
but
can
I
play
can
checkers.
play.
Check.
Can't play
Hey, the
chess.
board I
Almost
have,
similar.
I keep it is well, yeah, but
Except-
it's in the same board. You
The
use the same board.
strategy is so much different.
I watch Gambit.
Okay.
Have you watched Gambit?
No.
Watch it.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it after because
That's
that's a
what's
chess game. It's a series.
Gotcha.
But we I don't want to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I hate
What's
it.
up?
So again, tell us how we can reach you, how to contact you,
Okay.
and then
We're gonna have to have you back on because
Oh,
man.
time
Cool.
just went by
it went
so
by
fast.
fast.
For
I
sure.
thought
For
it
sure.
was just 30 minutes.
On Instagram, you can find me at I want it all. IWANTITALL. I want it all and some. And my Facebook, you can find me at Eduardo Luna Lopez. And yeah, man, just hit me up on my Instagram or Facebook, and we can definitely make it happen. Anything's possible. There's
Absolutely.
no limits to
Yeah,
anything. You can't. Everything is on arm reach. We just gotta be able to ask for it. And you said that earlier. Now, man, I'm listening to you, and I thank you again because this is the type of stuff that we do need. And
All I can tell you is no.
exactly right.
If you
And
say no, then you won't do it, but somebody else.
Somebody
will.
else
sure, for
will.
sure, for
Somebody's
sure.
no, it's somebody else's yes.
that's true. And I'm having a soccer tournament. It's coming up. I'm aiming for August 19th. It's gonna be a 3-on-3. It's gonna be a $300 cash price, and a 1-on-1 tournament is gonna be also there too. So if you sign $5 for each player, and that entry it would be for the 3-on-3 and the 1-on-1 versus. So I'm gonna make sure it's a cash prize for the 1-on-1 too.
Oh.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff there to be able because people are hitting me up and asking me how can they give
Vendors and stuff.
Yes, I would
Okay.
love vendors, entertainers. If I know anybody who
You
would
know I
love to
got the
come,
entertainers.
Thank you for that, man.
You
And
know
I
You
can
are
bring the
entertainers.
vendors.
Please come. I would love for y'all and to come and be a part of it. Thank you for being. And when you get there, I'm gonna get on your nerves by thanking y'all so many times that y'all gonna be like, he's thanking us too many times.
Oh no, never.
Well,
never.
you know,
That's
I kept
humble.
coming to check on you at the table. You okay? You
Yes,
okay?
yes, you have.
Yeah.
No, and then thank you. Like I said, it's hard
I think
to
the
do
whole
what you do.
exotic pop team came in that night.
Little what's the name? And then I love exotic pop to the point where they're a brand that's just flourishing right now, and they which they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
And the way if they continue on what they're doing, they're gonna do it bigger than what it is now. And I just want to be a part of it
Most definitely.
with community.
So sorry that our time is up. And thank you guys for joining Ear Hustle TV with me, Miss Nikki, the CEO,
Thank
the
you.
beautiful Dr. Gaskin, and our community leader, Eduardo Luna Lopez.
Thank you.
Theo.
Thank you again.
Theo.
I
Yeah.
want it all and
And
some.
Shout out to everybody on the northeast side again. To all the entertainers, they know who they are. DAC, Slaughterhouse, everybody, man. George, I'll be at work in the morning.
Until next time, this is Ear Hustle TV. Love, peace, and unity.
Thank you.
Thank you.